Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I've recreated a look that I did quite a long time ago. I did it for a wedding and I think it was a couple of months back, and I posted about it on my blog, and it's this look. I've recreated it today because I want to be able to share with you guys my technique for doing a black smoky eye, because we all know it's really hard to put together a black smoky eye without like having a literal black eye. Basically, the thing with black smoky eye that you should all know is that blending and having a transition color is the most important part of the entire process. It is beautiful and it's daring and it's bold and it's kind of crazy, but hopefully you guys can learn something new today. Also, I have to mention that I did this look back in October. My makeup collection has grown immensely since then, and I wish I could have used a lot of other products to do this look, but this is the exact look that I created back then. These are the products that I used. Thought I'd just stick to that. So I'm so excited to have finally put this into a video. This look takes quite a long time to put together. I mean, there's a lot of blending and your eyelids are probably gonna hate you. It's worth it in the end, I promise you. So it just takes a lot of patience and a lot of blending. You'll achieve this look in the end. So if you want to learn how to get this look, then please keep watching. For darker eye looks, I like to start with the eyes purely to prevent any fallout ruining my foundation and for an easier cleanup if I make any mistakes. So with this brown contour shade from the Models Prefer Contour Duo, I'm just going to blend that into my crease using a fluffy blending brush. Using this soft brown shade from MAC, I'm just going to deepen my crease with the same brush and making sure that I'm getting the shadow on the inner and outer corners of my lids. Then I'm just going to use this red shade from the Coastal Scents palette, but I do not recommend this palette at all. I just didn't have any red shades at that time, but you could use any red shade. And I've just gotten a smaller tapered blending brush, and this one's from Morphe. And I'm just going to deepen my crease and place that red colour on the inner and outer corners of my eyes as well. Now for the lid, I've got the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. I'm just using the brush that it came with to place this over my entire lid. And you've got to make sure that you place it from the lash line to the crease line. This is just going to help with the black smoky eye and ensure a long-lasting effect as well. It's a really good trick as well so that you don't have a literal black eye. It just assists with the entire process. Don't worry too much about perfecting your crease line because we're going to be blending out the edges with the shadow next. Next, I'm going in with this beautiful shade from the Naked 3 palette called Blackheart, and it's a black shade with flecks of red throughout. You can use any black shade, but I absolutely love this one, and I think it just gives the smoky eye a gorgeous effect. I'm just going to apply that to my entire lid and literally pack that on. Don't worry about fallout because we're going to clean this up after. And then I'm just going to blend out the edges of the gel liner using the same brush. Then with the same tapered blending brush I used for the red, I'm just going to get some of that Blackheart shadow and blend out the edges of the gel liner into my crease and create the smoky eye effect. Start by blending out the very edges of the gel liner and slowly build your way up to the crease. Be careful not to pack too much onto your brush at this point, because having patience and building up your smoky eye slowly is a much more effective method, and it will prevent a literal black eye. Now I've just gotten a big fluffy blending brush and some of my crease colour to blend out the edges I created with the Blackheart shadow. Blending is the key to achieving a smoked out effect. Never stop blending and you can't go wrong. Now I'm just going back with the small tapered blending brush with whatever's left on there and blending that into my crease. You can go back and forth between the two methods until you achieve the right look. The next step is just putting on some lashes, and I totally suck at putting them on camera. I literally bow down to anyone who can do it. To clean up any fallout under my eyes, I'm just using my trusty Garnier micellar water and a cotton pad to ensure a clean area for my foundation. Then I'm just going to lightly fill in my brows with a brow pencil and blend that out with the brush on the other side. To set that in place, I'm just using the Maybelline Brow Drummer. For my brow bone highlight, I'm using the Nylon shade from MAC and just placing that beneath my brow to give my eye look that pop. First I apply it right beneath my brow and then bring it down to my crease line with any excess shadow left over on my brush, and that'll prevent any harsh lines and ensure a nicely blended effect. Then I'm just going to apply a little bit of this shade to my inner corners. For foundation, I've got the Maybelline Fit Me in both the dewy and matte versions, and I'm just going to blend the two together and buff that into my skin. For concealer today, I've got the MAC Pro Longwear, and I'm just going to apply that in triangles under my eyes with my ring finger. And I'm also going to place some on other areas I want to highlight. Then I'm just buffing that in with the Real Techniques buffing brush. I swear by these brushes. To contour, I'm using the transition shade we used earlier from the Models Prefer Contour Duo. And I'm just using that on my cheekbones, around the outlines of my face, and down the sides of my nose. For blush, I've got this e.l.f. shade, which takes a little bit to build up, but I didn't want bright cheeks for this look. It would be too much with the eyes and would kind of take away from it. To highlight, I've got my Holy Grail L'Oreal Mercier shade, and I'm just applying that to the upper areas of my cheekbones and on the tip of my nose as well. Now for under my eyes, I'm getting the soft brown shade from MAC and applying that on my lower lash line to smoke it out. I changed brushes purely because the other one was too harsh. Then I'm just getting the Red Coastal Scents shade and blending that in on top. And finally, I'm blending in Blackheart over the top and connecting that to my smoky eye. Next, I'm just filling in my waterline with this Maybelline eyeliner. For my lips, I'm first lighting my lips with the shade Whirl from MAC, and then I'm just filling in my entire lips with it as well. This will ensure that my lip colour lasts longer, as well as giving depth to the lipstick that I'll apply on top. So that's a little tip for you guys there. And over the top, I'm just applying Velvet Teddy lipstick, probably my favourite shade ever. It works so well with Whirl as well. For mascara, I've just got the Maybelline Lash Sensational, and this is going to ensure that my eyelashes blend into the lashes that I've applied. And that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and tune in for my next video.